Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
If you want people to always want to be around you, to be in your presence, you need to be more fun. In order to do this, I feel like there's three things to focus on. The first one is being interesting. The second one is being happy. And the third one is making other people feel seen and heard. So for being interesting, having hobbies is the main thing I like to do this. When you are always busy, when you have something going on in your life, when you're excited about the things that you're doing, you're going to be a more interesting person. Read more, listen to more podcasts. I have so many podcast recommendations that I put up on my Instagram. For the second one, I really try to hype myself up before I go out, before I go on a date. I always put on a bad playlist that makes me feel my best vibe because vibes are actually contagious, especially if you're on a date, especially men. Like, men like people who make them feel happy right at the beginning. Use the Marilyn Monroe effect if you have to. Make a character for yourself. Decide that that character is happy. Decide what her interests are and her likes are. And if you need to disconnect it from your normal self in order to feel more confident, that's also fine. And then the third one is, in a conversation, always be listening. Listen more than you talk. Allow people to open up to you. Ask them if they have any exciting plans for the weekend. Ask them what their favorite thing that happened to them this week was. Anything that makes them reflect on a time in their life or a thing that makes them happy and excited is going to make them then associate that positive energy with being around you, and then they're going to be addicted to your presence.
Basically, be fun to be around and be a likable human being. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but she titled this video Manipulating Men 101. I really hate to say this, princess, but if that's manipulating men 101, you being a likable human being, maybe there are some other issues than going on dates with men that you need to worry about.
The death of the real game. Like, back then, you actually had to go up to someone and speak to them, and you'd swap numbers on a bit of paper.
Always go to the bar staff. So have you got pen and paper?
Yeah.
They knew exactly what you were doing.
Excuse me, sorry. Now, a guy will stare at you across the room, won't say a word to you, and will just slide into your DMs later on that
Yeah,
night.
exactly.
Exactly. It is known. Men can manifest your phone number or your social media accounts. Or maybe they're not the same men staring at you from across the room. Nah, of course they are.
I've been learning lessons the hard way again. And one of these lessons I need to share with you because it's important when we share our lived experience lessons so that maybe you don't have to go through it, but you can just kind of go through your own lesson in your own way, but don't make the same mistakes that someone else did. So I have lots of desires. I am a woman. I am filled with desire, right? That's part of it, and it's okay. I want more. I want more from my life. I want more from my partner. I want more. I want dogs and babies and a house, and I want these things. There is a distinction that I am aware of where I feel my desires, but I don't actually need them acted upon. So I have desires. I know that I don't necessarily need those desires fulfilled. All good. I have a partner. And sometimes it's funny to me and to us that when we go for walks and we see all these dogs everywhere, I'll like pretend to be walking a dog on a leash. Because the truth is, like, I do want a dog, someday. So we'll go for walks and I'll pretend to walk the dog. One day, my birthday was coming up. This was a couple weeks ago. My birthday was 2 days ago, but this moment was a couple weeks ago. He knew my birthday was coming, and he thought that because I desired a dog, that meant that I wanted a dog. Boy logic. He got me a dog.
I know, right? The sheer audacity. What could have possibly gave him the idea that you wanted or desired a dog? It's not like you were acting like a complete lunatic in public pretending you're walking a dog that was not there.
So you're telling me that in the year 2025, women are still operating like men? So many, many, many years ago, men were in charge of creating the work schedules, of creating society. And as women, we are still following these paradigms. Like, think about this for a second. Why are so many women getting sicker, unhealthier, more disconnected from their bodies? As an example, 80% of women have hormonal health problems. They actually have an imbalance. But 70% of these women are not even aware of that. We've normalized hormonal health problems so much that today, when you go to a doctor, what do? They prescribe you the pill, they tell you to reduce your stress, they tell you it's normal that you're having period pain. No, it is not. It is because we are trying as women to fit into a society that was never built for us women. And so this is truly the way to change, is to change the paradigm that we as women have learned, right? It's to reprogram ourselves to do life and business differently. Now, this is something that I'm covering in my free masterclass called The Feminine Way to 10K Months. You can sign up with the link in my bio.
I wonder if gathering emails and selling them to the higher bidder is still a thing, but never mind that. Why should everyone sign up for her masterclass and not just women? Well, because she's not just a coach, she's the coach of other coaches. But we'll ignore all that because it's the feminine way of being a businesswoman. Being competitive and maybe grow your business. Come on now. You're just being a misogynist. That's not the feminine way of doing it. Just wake up around 9, go to Pilates, lay by the pool, sipping on a mimosa, and your business is just growing because that is the feminine way. Pretty much just why do today something that you can live for tomorrow.
There are more single people than ever before, not only in Canada, but around the world. That's according to relationship scientists. Some people are actually choosing to stay single and tell us they're happy with that.
I'm not going to be with someone unless it enhances things. I'm very happy in my current life.
Singlehood is a growing trend among 20 to 30-year-olds regardless of their gender. This data comes from Statistics Canada and shows that there's a record drop in the number of people who are living together as a couple. So why have things changed so much since the 80s? Fewer people are getting married, divorce has become more acceptable in some cultures, and solo parenting is on the rise. The researchers we spoke to also say that people are delaying romantic relationships. For some, it's to focus on their careers, and for women in particular who have more financial independence than ever before, the stereotype of needing someone to pay the bills is on its way out.
We don't need a partner anymore to have a credit card or own property. We can do all those things ourselves.
But you've probably come across headlines like these. They often paint a bleak future for singles. For years, most of the studies focus specifically on relationship status in comparison to well-being.
I think what happened is that sort of gave rise to people making assumptions and stereotypes about single people.
Researchers have now discovered that those studies about singles not being happy had very little to do with their relationship status. They're looking into who is single, why they want to be single, and if in fact they're thriving. In 2021, psychologists from the University of Toronto surveyed more than 900 single people. They were from around the world with different cultural backgrounds and sexual orientations.
And I am done. Once again, a study about how women are happier being single that you should take seriously because everything you knew about being single is a stereotype. And I would take a study or research seriously, except when you're talking about 900 people all around the world, I just find that study to be kind of laughable.
You know how women say all the time that they would love to live in a world without men? But men would never say that they want to live in a world without women. Even the most hateful, violently misogynistic alpha male man, he would never say that he wants to live in a world with no women. You can't say, oh, you hate women so bad. Why don't you just go form your only, your male only, colony, and you and your alpha bros can, eat raw steak and smoke cigars all day. They would never say that that sounds great because
even those hardcore misogynist alpha male you're talking about have more common sense than you. And me, I can always appreciate an honest opinion. What she was saying in her own twisted way is that not even those misogynist alpha males are as bad as she is.
Why do men never play around with their appearance? I dye my hair every couple months. Why do they look the same every single day of their lives? I'm a bit jealous of the potential of facial hair, because why is no man, switching their style up every year? Tash 1 year, goatee 1 year, full beard, another couple years, I guess that'll take a while to grow. But come on guys, dye it maybe, bleach it. I would love to do the buzz cut with the designs on the top of the head. Just saying, I love being a woman, but I would make a great man.
For about 30 seconds before you cry back into your womanhood. Why don't men, or maybe because we get used to how we look or we like it and we don't try to escape reality?
Oh my god, I was gonna do this for you. Oh my god, I was going to... Shut up, you didn't do anything.
And I wasn't going to. Didn't that female intuition of yours tell you that before you got into bed with me?
I'm just going to talk about this comment that was left on one of my videos, and there's quite a few men that leave similar comments to this, and this proclamation that, you know, this is why men are staying single. And this is obviously not all men, but there is a reason why men do this, and the reason that men say I'm staying single, which in other terms basically means I'm also willing to have a string of hookups that mean nothing to get my own needs satisfied, is that the reason that they do this is because they are not willing to face themselves.
She's right. She's absolutely right. Well, she's a woman, of course she's right. Have you listened to that man who left the comment and see why he's choosing to stay single? Come on now. Why would you do something like that when you just know better?
No. Can you help me?
Don't you have a boyfriend?
Oh. Help. Okay, like legitimately.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Alright, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.